Hey, this is Coach Tanya Smith of TanyaSmithOnline.com, and I'm here to talk to you today about better business planning. And I want to share with you 5 questions that you can ask to help you to track how you do what you do in your business. How do you get to the results? See, oftentimes what we do is we spend time on the what. So we think about what we want to sell, what we want to promote in our businesses, what type of packages we want to have, what type of brand we want to have, what is our website going to look like, what amount of money do we want to generate for the year. All of these things are typical when it comes to our business and marketing strategy, but oftentimes the piece that we miss the most, which is a very critical piece, is how. How are we actually going to get to the end result that we want for ourselves and for our clients? So when you think about, for example, that brand new client that just said yes, and you're getting so excited and you're doing the fist pump in the air, and you're like, yes, I've got a new client, this is great. Then you've got to think about, okay, wait a minute, what are the next steps? How do I make sure that they're clear on expectations? How do they know what to expect from me? How do they know when to call in? What are the, contracts or agreements that they need to sign? Where do they go to make their payment? These may be questions you have not yet answered. And if you're doing this on a case-by-case basis, it takes up a significant amount of time, money, and energy from you to have to continue to replicate and reinvent the wheel each time you get that new client. So instead, what you have to do is to take a look at how can you better track your processes so that you can duplicate and document what you're doing. Okay, so that next time you have that new client, it runs smooth. It's an easy process both for you and for the person on the other end. Now, why is this important? One of the reasons it's important is because it lends credibility to you as an expert and a professional. That person is going to enter the process of coaching or working with you, however you tend to work with people, with confidence and with greater ability to be able to move right into the work of what they're doing versus having to think through, wait a minute, if they can't get these simple things right, or I feel like I don't know what's next. When they begin to have that seed of doubt, then they begin to have this lack of affirmation that you're really the right expert for them. So think in terms of the 5 questions I'm about to share with you. Let me show you what I've got here. So here's the 5 questions. What end result do I want? Who will this process serve? What resources will I use? What will it cost? And how will I know once I've made it? How will I know once I've gotten to that point of the end result I want? So let's talk about the whole idea of bringing on that new client. So you bring on the new client, what end result you want is, in that process, you want it to be smooth. You want them to feel confident about the choice that they've made in hiring you. You want them to know exactly what to expect in terms of working with you. You want them to know exactly what it takes to conclude the financial part of that, entering into that contract with you. If there's anything they need to sign, they don't need to have any additional questions because you've covered everything that you can possibly cover. Okay, whether it's verbally or email or however you're going to cover it. Who will this process serve? In that particular case with a new client process, well, that process is going to serve you and it's going to serve the client because on both ends, everybody knows what to expect. What resources will you use? Will you be using a fax machine? Are you using paper? Are you sending them a PDF file? Where are you storing that information? Is it all electronic? Is there a form online? What resources will you use? What will it cost you to use those resources? So for example, if you're using some type of document sharing tool or a system, is it going to cost you? How much does it cost you each time you enter into this particular process? And then how will you know once you've made it? So if you're getting feedback from the person on the other end that, I feel really confident about this process, I'm ready to go, I have no questions, everything's been smooth, thank you so much. That's great feedback, but it also tells you that you've gotten to the end result you want. Now, that's just one example because there's multiple systems and processes in your business, I'm sure, that you could apply these 5 questions to. Now, I want to give you one other quick little tip here, and that is ways to be better at tracking. So we talked about the necessity of having good tracking systems and thinking about the how, because the how does matter. When you think about the how, use systems that follow a similar format. Train your staff. So whether you're fully employing or hiring someone, or you're hiring an independent contractor as an outsourced partner, or however you're doing this, if you're delegating to someone, train them on the specifics about how you want to get to that end result, especially if you're a perfectionist. And if you're that person that tends to say, well, if you want something right, you got to do it yourself. If you're that person, you definitely need to make sure that the person on the other end who's assisting you with the process to get to that end result knows exactly what your process is. Identify the parts of your process that need to be tracked. So what pieces within that system or that process need to be tracked? Document worksheets or expense sheets or any other types of documents that need to be part of the process. Make sure that they are consistently used. If there's certain forms or emails, create templates or create a form if you don't have one, if there's something that you're replicating or doing over and over again. And then finally, here's a tip: create a process manual. I'll probably be doing another video very soon on how to create a process manual, whether it's formal or informal, but some way that you can document what each of your processes are in your business, so that anyone walking in the door that's going to help you with your business knows exactly what's next, and so that you know what's next and you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. So I hope that this has been a great video blog post for you to share, again, how to track what you do and how you do things in your business, because typically around this time of year, as you're doing business planning, this is the piece again that we tend to forget, but it can absolutely impact the bottom line of your business in a major way and help you to get more done more effectively. And it can help to boost your credibility with clients and with potential clients. This is Tanya Smith at TanyaSmithOnline.com. I look forward to working with you in the future and to hearing your feedback on how these posts are doing for you. How are they impacting your business and making life a little bit easier for you? Because at Tanya Smith Online, my goal is to help you to leverage the internet to get more done, to simplify, save time, and stand out.